Now as this rabbit stick sits right now, we can actually throw this. It's ready to go. There's just some tool marks that are left behind, and I like to typically get rid of those. So what I'll do is I'll take a few different grits of sandpaper and I'll sand this down. We'll get this thing nice and smooth, and then we'll finish it off with a red pigment. So I just want to take the rough grit of sandpaper. I think this is a 60 or an 80 grit, and we'll go down to a 220. Now the sandpaper, it's not going to really remove a lot of mass, but it does take off some. So you want to keep that in consideration as well. Now this rabbit stick is all sanded down, and at this point I'm going to process some of this red ochre. And I just have my mortar and pestle here, so I'll just kind of pound this down into a real fine powder. Now we're just going to make a stain. In order for me to make a solid paint, I would want to mix this ochre with an egg yolk or animal fat. But since this is just a stain, we can just add water and that'll be fine. So then I just mix it up, and I want to get this the right consistency, so I need a bit more. And that should be good. So you can see it makes a beautiful dark red stain. And I'll just kind of work that into all the pores of this stick. On the top, on the bottom, and on both sides. Now I know some of the California natives, when they made their rabbit sticks, they would actually use animal blood. So when they killed a rabbit, they would mark each kill on their stick. The Hopi out here in Arizona would typically paint their rabbit sticks with a black pigment or a charcoal paint. All right, so we sanded this thing down, stained it with this red pigment, and as you can see, this rabbit stick is now complete. So at this point, we'll take this down to the range and we'll start throwing it. Show you guys how well this thing performs.